And now it is time to meet the skaters here in today's final. Ryan DeCenzo coming out of Canada, skating in his first final since 2016. It's been 6 years. And the rookie, Braden Hoban, everybody's talking about him for a reason. This is his first SLS final in his second SLS event. And from France, Vincent Malou. Second place at X Games, second place at Tampa Pro. He's looking for his first SLS win. Sora Shirai, a rookie this year. He won the qualifier, placed second last month. Gustavo Ribero from Portugal. He's been on a tear. He won in Salt Lake City last year. He's looking for another win here. Chris Joslin, big sender, 2016 pick. Got second place in 2018 one time. He's looking for his first win. Yuto Horigome, Olympic gold medalist, 5-time SLS winner so far. And yesterday's #1 qualifier, Deshaun Jordan, winner of Chicago Stop 2017. He's looking for another win here today in Seattle. First skater in from Canada, skating in his first final in 6 years. This has been his weekend so far. He's been ripping.
Look at that, starting it off right there with a switchback blunt. 5-0 to fakie. Oh, and hanging on. He had that half cap crook attempt, but getting into a nose slide. Coming back in, switch at the hubba. That's 2 switch tricks right there at the hubba.
DeCenzo putting it together here.
Still got just about 10 seconds. Oh, the 360 flip down the big set. But a solid start for DeCenzo.
He's had 8 career finals. He's never been on the podium at a street league. That could change here today. DeCenzo, look at this start.
Look at that switchback blunt down the hubba to start off his line. Then you got that switch tail.
Yeah, 2 switch tricks on the big hubba in your run. Definitely setting yourself up for success.
Making those Red Dragons proud out here. 6.9, DeCenzo, good start. Braden Hoban, the rookie. Yesterday, he did a 7.5 in the run section.
Oh, the backsmith getting away from him right there.
He got a 9 in Jacksonville in the runs. So he is more than capable of putting it together.
Look at the way he just levitates up those stairs.
Casual triple set, ollie up.
That might be nerves right there. First ever final.
You know, it's been impressive watching him skate, though. He's handled it so well. He's not a little kid who grew up skating SLS. He's all grown up, and he only does hard tricks, and to put him down like that, woo.
Wheel barely getting on top there.
That's such a cool way to start off his line.
Yeah, the fact that this is his second ever street league and he's already in the finals. That front blunt is so gnarly. That bump to bar is no joke.
And then a square bar versus round 2.
Yeah. Kind of got an ollie over to back tail on it. You can't really keep it straight up and down how you'd want to.
So Braden is going to have to look to his second run score. Vincent Malou, best ever finish, was a second place back in 2018 at the London Pro Open.
Sean,
he's been on fire.
What do we expect from Vincent?
Vincent has been killing it all weekend. Super nice guy. And then starting his run out, switchback Smith to switch frontside nose grind. I love that too. He's the only one skating the hip like that, so it's showing he's doing hard tricks. He's getting creative. And then right now setting up for this big bump to bar.
Wow. The 180 switch crook, mid-run. He's still got 15 seconds left. Nice.
Front heel, kind of becoming his signature street league line trick.
Time for one more.
What a finish for Vincent Malou from France. Putting it down with a kickflip lip fakie at the end of a solid run.
I mean, this is the line. This is the one that's setting the bar for everybody else right now.
Could Vincent win here today?
I think Vincent absolutely could win. He
Look at that.
won practice. He qualified easily, and then now he's kind of putting it all together right now.
And we've seen sometimes in the past, the skaters who come in early and turn up the heat, they can ruin everybody else's good time early. Put the pressure on them, watch everybody else fall, cruise their way to a win. We'll see. 9.2. So Vincent Malou way up in front, just like that. Another look. That last trick.
Oh, wow. Barely getting it over. I mean, that is, that hub is wild because it's just wide enough, but also, like, not too wide that you're like, oh, it's easy,
Absolutely. It's easy to catch a truck on that, too.
Got to be precise.
Sora Shirai, he won his way into SLS at the qualifier earlier in the year, and there's nowhere to go but up for Sora. Second place last month. With just incredible skating. That's a surprise.
That's such a hard trick to do on a square rail, though, versus round.
Kind of a hard trick to do on anything, anywhere. Especially a bump to head-high bar.
That is such a cool combo. The fakie, the cab back tail into the fakie 3 flip.
Yeah, talk about a tough 2 trick. He's the youngest skater here in the final at age 20.
Whoa, he was trying that in his line.
This is the final. He's stepping it up way up.
We saw him get a big score on the single for that, though. So that's kind of an interesting tactic and also really exciting to just know, hey, he's got more up his sleeve.
And you can't repeat tricks in the single trick section that you did in your run. You can repeat them on a different obstacle, but not on the same obstacle. So keep that in mind. Cab back tail. Sets up straight into this fakie tray.
That was so cool.
So a good start for Sora. It would have been a great start if he would have made that last trick.
The first and the last.
4.7. The judges are just like, no.
Do you think it's possible to win with a fall, Sean, in the lines?
I don't think at this level anymore, especially how you have to take one line score. It needs to be a very high 8 or a 9.
Gustavo Ribero in for his first run. He's proven that he's so good and consistent. He could do all his tricks almost every try. Third place in Jacksonville. Last place he got the win in Salt Lake.
In the middle of his run. So when you've got that much time left, is that just you feel defeated, or are you like, no, I still have hope?
See, I think since he fell on a more basic trick, like a front blunt, I think he still can make up ground here.
Yeah, that's one way to do it.
That's one way to do it.
Wow. And did you feel that, Sean, when you're skating after 45 seconds, those last tricks, they get to be hard when your legs are burning, you're nervous, you're jittery?
Yeah, it's one of those things. It doesn't seem like a long time, 45 seconds for a run, but at the end, everything is different. You kind of got to tailor your tricks and tailor your body to like know that you know, hopefully this adrenaline pops me up there.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, that tray flip was a couple feet above, caught it. Looked easy for him. He got a little swirly at the end, but this should be a fairly good score.
Yes, 7.5. If he stays on, cleans that up in his next go, be a huge score. Chris Joslin, it's good to see him back in the final, looking for his first ever SLS win here. He's had 2 seconds.
Oh, he was going almost a little too fast.
Adrenaline almost flew the whole hubba.
Sean, what's it going to take for Joslin to take home a win?
Joslin, I mean, back three. Joslin definitely likes to fly. It's big, like, flip trick guy down the big section, so he's just going to have to stay on his board. Hopefully don't wheel bite.
And the judges were scoring pretty well down the stairs for flip tricks yesterday. Oh.
It's just such a risky move, back big spin. But if he does do that run, as we saw yesterday, it does put up a really, really good score.
He came so close. Is the rest of that run hard enough to get a good score without that big spin at the end?
Yeah, because he is doing flip tricks. Backstory nose grind into this switch heel. And then the back three over the bump.
Yeah.
You know, he's flying, he's flipping his board, he's kind of going about it in a really cool way. I do think if he back bigs that set, it's going to put him up in a high 8 position.
Love to see him make the back three. That one can give him some problems.
7.3, just below Gustavo Ribero there.
Look at that. 61% of the time, Yuto is skating nollie or switch. That's wild. Sean, you've been hanging a bunch with Yuto this weekend. What's his mindset on all of this stuff? Is he nervous? Does he just seem cool as a cucumber?
There's just not a care in the world. I had dinner with Yuto last night. I think he ordered 3 entrees and was just chilling.
Oh!
Did he lock that crook in, or was that switch tail?
I think that was crook.
I think he locked it in.
10 seconds left. Time for one more.
It's looking really good.
It's looking ridiculous. There you go.
That was stellar.
Similar to what we saw from him yesterday, and he had the highest scored run of the day yesterday, 8.7. Came out, puts it down.
Yeah,
I love that.
Just that little switch tray in the Euro gap. It could go so wrong so fast. Here's the switch 180 to crook.
Oh.
Yeah, it did slip into tail slide. I think it's going to get docked just a little bit, but that nollie back 180 switch front 50, both trucks locked in perfect. He didn't do that yesterday like that, so yeah.
9 even. So Yuto getting a great start, only 0.2 of a point below Vincent Milou. But we always know Yuto can bring so much more beyond that even. Highest line score from the prelims. Yuto had it with the 8.7, but Deshaun had 2 of the highest line scores. He had an 8.6.
Oh, there we go. Stomping the fakie flip. Is it a gift or a curse, Sean, when you are the first place qualifier and you have to watch everyone get 9s and stuff?
You know, it just depends where you're at and how you feel about your skating. I think Deshaun's so confident right now. It's a gift. I feel like he can see the scores and kind of tailor his plan in that way.
That was huge. He popped that so high.
That's the only way he knows how to skate.
5 seconds. Oh, man. That was a little bit of a scary fall right there.
Yeah. Sean, you've talked about how big that rail
Yeah.
is and how much time you got to spend on it. And okay, take another look. Visible replay. This is the start here. How hard is it coming into this fakey flip down that 6-stair triple set straight out the gate?
Straight out the gate. New concrete, too, when you go nollie and fakie. You really got to push it out there. It can get a little grippy sometimes.
That front nose blunt mid-run is huge as well. So with the fall.
Great score, 7.7. Good enough for third place.
What's interesting, though, you can see, I mean, that fall in there gets you in the 7 range. You're not in the 8s, but, man, putting together a full run like that can get you up in the 9s. So
look at this. Look at this stat. Best SLS finish, 4th place. He's done it numerous times. Ryan DeCenzo. Thanks to the good folks at Skate Sense for bringing us the info here this weekend. DeCenzo in for his 2nd run.
Looked like that time he opted to not try for the half cab crook and just went half cab nose.
Yeah, it's something that we talk about a lot when skating contests. How much different is a half cab nose versus a half cab crook really going to get you? So you might as well just half cab nose slide it.
Yeah.
DeCenzo's the veteran in this group. He's 36 years old. He's been in Street League since 2013. And he's never looked better. Killing it. Finishing with the 360 flip down the 12 in his 2nd run.
He has been so good consistently for so long. It's amazing.
Let's talk about how this run from DeCenzo might stack up against Vincent, Yuto, Deshaun, Gustavo.
I mean, he 100% is definitely going up into that one of these top 3 spots. You know, this big section, the flip tricks down the stairs are scoring really high, so I don't know. It's going to be close between him and Yuto.
Looking forward to finding out.
But you don't think it's up to par with Vincent? You don't think it's up there?
I don't know if it's going to pass Vincent, but it's, yeah.
8.5. You nailed it, Sean. That's good enough for 3rd place. That ties his highest ever line score in Street League after all these years. All right, Braden Hoban on deck. Looking to put it together.
He's gotten a 9 in the lines. He can do it if he can stay on. There we go. Backsmith on the rail into the bank. I love that combo. Super casual ollie, high speed, and then the front board into the bank.
There you go.
In the middle of his line? I mean, he got a big score yesterday doing that as a single.
Look at that.
Oh, he hangs on.
Keeping it going. Time for 1 or 2 more. What happened there on that last trick?
He just got a little toe side on that kickflip front grind.
So where do we think score is going to be? Do you think that's enough to get him in the 8 range, or do you think that's going to be somewhere in the 7s?
They've been judging the falls pretty hard so far, but his whole run was very, very sick until then, and this kickflip front board definitely has to give him some extra points. That bump pops you straight up in the air into a head-high rail that's sackable the entire way.
7.8.
So the higher end of the 7s that we've seen, but still, he's got some ground to make up.
Vincent Malou, current leader. He just needs to go for broke here. Try to stack as many points going into the single trick section as possible. What more can he do? What did he leave out of that first run? Any ideas?
He didn't leave much, that's for sure.
Oh, that
would have helped.
So now, question: Do you just say, okay, that's enough? I'm gonna chill?
Yeah, you just kind of save it. He's sitting on a 9.2.
Oh, that was really sick, though.
Yeah, once you fall, you're not going to beat a 9.2.
He's just skating the hip.
His messing around right now is so sick. He's gone full Luan on us.
Yeah, Vincent Malou having a good time out here in Seattle. He's earned it with that 9.2. That was fun to watch.
It's just like he's skating with his homies back in France right here.
Just gives you a sense how good these guys are when just kind of messing around, just blasting.
I mean, his messing around right there was a higher score than Sora.
All right, Sora skates 99% regular and fakie. 1% nollie and switch. Wonder what that 1% is. All right, here we go.
Yeah, got to sugarcane.
Yeah.
It's just such a risky move, but I do think that's a product of Vincent and Yuto both putting up 9s.
With this new format, he has to come back huge right now or there's no way to win. Fact.
All right, hanging on. He's got the back tail after the front blind. He's got to make something really big right here. And he doesn't do it.
So essentially, I'm not writing him off right now, but if he's going to be still 5 points below the leader, it's really going to be difficult to make that up in single trick. But here we go. Another look. Cab back tail.
He does that so well.
Fakey tray. Very respectable flip trick.
Manny talking him through it.
Wow, double 4.7s right there. Manny's like, all right, dude, here's what you got to do. Get out there, do a little dancing. The people are going to love it.
And then Sora's like, hey, I saw you skate yesterday, Manny. I'm not listening. Gustavo Ribero in for his second run. Coming off a 7.5.
Gustavo can do it, though.
Yes.
He's able to wrangle that.
All right, he fell right there in his first run.
20
Keep
seconds.
it going, which we know he can. Going to improve that score. Oh, getting loose.
You think he's going to go 3 flip 50 again?
I would think so.
Almost going front feeble.
That was wild.
Making it. All right. So he had a 7.5 on his first run. This time he cleaned it up, finished, no falls. Where do you think, he might land?
Yeah, he was kind of cruising around, doing some kind of more basic tricks, and then right here he just went tray flip front board.
Yeah.
Straight into that front blunt on the out ledge. And then ending it. Tray flip backside nose grind, and then ending it with this tray flip 50-50. Both trucks locked in on both sides of the hubba. Which is almost front feeble.
Yes.
Wow. He was like riding in the middle of the hubba right there.
Not the place you want to be on that, but he makes it work.
I think this puts him up into third, maybe second.
8.3.
Wow. Judges are docking him on that 3 flip 50.
Well, I do think tray flip 50 and the tray flip front board were kind of the only two tricks that weren't a basic trick. So
that's fair.
Chris Joslin, what do you say? He comes back, he does this run, and he tries to make the back biggie at the end, or does he mix it up?
Nah, I think he sticks to his game plan. His run is very solid if he can make that back big spin.
Both of those first two tricks were cleaner than run number one also.
He's just a charger in general. Like, he's the kind of guy that comes with a plan and just sticks to it. Yes. Clean. Good to see him making that one. That one can be a wheel biter for him.
That was his 4th or 5th flip trick in his run so far.
So then it comes down to this.
Yes, he does it!
Not going to fall on those 2 times.
Sean.
That was an incredible line. I think like when you stack it up to all the other ones, he bumped over the gap, back big spin down the big section. This is the visible replay on this backside 180 nose grind.
That's child's play for Joslin.
It's a little kick turn into a straight switch heel flip down the triple set.
He just came in so much more confident right there. First trick, he just looked so solid.
He can do the biggest back 3 in the world, too. And who can big spin bigger than Joslin?
Down the 12 in your run.
And you were talking about how it's not just the 12. It's hard to get speed for that 12, right?
Yeah, there's not a lot of runway to it.
8.8. That's good enough for 3rd place. Chris Joslin, 0.3 of a point ahead of DeCenzo, who's now in that 4th spot. Yuto up in 2nd, coming off a 9.
Stoked to see where he takes this.
Yeah, what does he do to bump above?
That's what he does.
Okay, never mind.
He only needs 0.2 of a point to kind of get him up into that 1st spot. So just the little things can kind of help him out here.
Repeat right there.
Yeah.
But still a heavy move. Switch front tail.
The way he saves it, though, he just looks so comfortable.
So he's not going to improve on that 9. It's fine. Set himself up, moving into the single trick section. Nobody's safe. That with Yuto only 0.2 of a point behind.
Look at that. Such a nice 360 flip.
Just missing the lock on that switch 180 crook.
He barely bends his legs right there. Like his knees. Just so comfortable.
7.3. Next skater in, Deshaun Jordan.
Deshaun's going to have to do it.
#1 qualifier. And right now he's in 7th place. He needs to add some juice to that 7.7.
Oh, he was dangerously close to the edge of the course right there.
Almost went off the course.
He's looking a little stiffer and sketchier than he looked yesterday.
Absolutely, but he has a little time to reset right here.
There you go.
I think his phone's out on the course right now.
Oh, man.
And he's out of time. So
Do you think he can come back from it? Can he do it? I mean, he's got a 7.7. He's kind of the low man on the totem pole that still has a potential shot.
Yeah, I think he has a shot to get into that top 4 super final spot. And then he's going to need some luck from Vincent and Yuto to not land their tricks to be able to win this thing.
Let's check in with Alex, who's down on the course.
You know, I just want to talk about Vincent Malou's 9.2 in that first run. Vincent turned to me. He took off the Sean Paul playing in his headphones, and he said, should I do the frontside flip lip, or should I do 180 switch crooks? And he kind of answered his own question. He's like, I'll just do 180 switch crooks, and I think I'll still get the score and save the kickflip lip for the best trick section. So hats off to Vincent. Smart skating. That's all him. It was an amazing performance from Vincent Malou.
That's a smart move for sure.
Vincent Malou up on top. Line sections are it's in the books. Single tricks coming up next. But first, let's check in with SLS legend Paul Rodriguez. Highest trick scores this season. Sora Shirai up on top with a 9.6. And then Yuto has 3 of the 5. And then Shirai and Gustavo Ribero tied for the 5th spot.
A lot of Japanese flags up there.
Yes, sir. Look at that. Why right there. Wow. So Sora Shirai with a ton of ground to make up. Great start right there.
Sean, talk us through the difficulty on this trick.
Yeah, to be able to frontside 180 fully around a switch backside nose grind and stop your body from keep twisting around is just, it's crazy. And then he balances the switch backside nose grind. I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that ever when they've had all the time in the world, and this guy does it right on the spot for a 9.3.
9.3. So Sora doing what he needs to do. At this point, maybe the best he's going to be able to hope for is to bump into the top 4 spot and make it to the super final. But we'll see. There's a lot of skating still to come. Deshaun Jordan now in 8th place.
That was a great way to start things off. Wow. Joslin's reaction.
What would be the hardest part of doing a tray flip 50 on that?
It's all pretty hard. I mean, a gap to hubba, it's hard to aim, but tray flip into it, one, is tough. And then you got to hold it down a head-high drop. Look at that. Locked perfect, both trucks. This guy's an athlete. Look at him.
Look at the landing. Just perfect. No sketch.
Are we going to go in the 9 range there?
It is the final. I don't know how they're going to score that gap to hubba right now. Yep.
Yes. 9 even for Deshaun. We're going to see a lot of movement at the beginning of the single tricks here in the leaderboard. Deshaun's still going to have work to do to make up for that 7-7.
The pressure just building right there, like 9.39.
Where does Braden Hoban go? That's where
I think he might have gone to the 9 club as well.
He's like, what's it like in there? I'm going to join you guys.
They're all hanging out in the club right now.
How about kickflip front nose grind versus kickflip or 360 flip 50? Is, you know, he's taken off of that bump, so he's coming from lower.
Yeah, the bump to hubba is definitely a lot harder. It's a lot higher. A lot more can go wrong. Kickflip frontside nose grind balanced. I would think this gets a little bit better score than the tray flip 50.
9.1.
Just a little bit better.
Hey, that's why we bring you out here, too. Let's take another look. Look at the focus.
It's that fast flick into a balanced nose grind.
That is incredible.
Look, the ledge is over his head when he lands.
Gustavo Ribero in next.
Fully capable of 9s, but whew.
Average trick score 8.7 for the Cariuma. Fun fact.
Oh.
We saw him do that yesterday. He and Shane O'Neill can nollie flip out of any crooked grind on any obstacle. He's going to have to look to his next go. All right, DeCenzo coming off a great line score. Oh, yes. DeCenzo's on fire.
That is 3 skaters skating that gap to hubba.
Okay, Sean, kickflip crook versus Kickflip front nose grind versus tray flip 50.
Yeah, so kickflip crook is definitely more of the basic trick out of all those three. He is coming from the top, not off the bump, but he did it really well. And it is a kickflip crook on a big obstacle. You know, it's going to be a good score. I don't think he's going to be in the club with the other two guys, but
up there.
Yeah, up there. Definitely a smart score.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh! 8-7 for the Dragons. Joslin. Huge line score, 8.8. I think as skate fans, obviously, we want to see him keep it going here.
Yes. I want to see him put this first one down.
Okay, that rail is that tall.
It's that tall, and the backside flip over, you got to go right over the knuckle of the rail, so the tallest point of the rail, and it just clipped it.
Now, he made that in prelims. He's going to have to see if he goes back to it. Yuto Horigome coming off a 9 in the line score.
Does he feel the pressure? That's what I want to know. Or is he not stressed?
He is not stressed. I think Yuto wants to win this contest before the super final starts.
That was unreal.
Nollie 270 no slide. I remember watching Eric Costin do this trick on a curb, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And now Yuto's doing it on a 12-stair hubba in a contest.
Wait, did you learn it on curbs and anything else?
I've never done it in my life.
Okay.
And I think there's going to be a very high percentage of people that never do that trick in their life.
Yeah. 9.5. Wow. That score ties Yuto for his highest trick score ever. And he's turning the screws on everyone right now. Another look.
It's so hard to place it because you have no idea where you're at when you spin. So right when you pop, you just have to go for it no matter what.
Is that a trick that would be easier on a hubba versus a rail, or no, it doesn't matter?
I don't think it matters. It's just you pop and you just start turning. You just hope that you're in the right spot.
All right, so now it's proof. With a score like that and him coming off a high run score, you're going to need a high run score to compete. Vincent Malou has it with the 9.2. Let's see where he goes in his first go.
Based off what Alex said, now going to be the kick for front lip.
It's that obstacle. The judges have been giving great scores for that massive obstacle. Where do you think that might stack up here? What's hard about that trick?
The bump to bar is the biggest thing on the course by far. And then look at that kickflip front lip. It's such that trick can go wrong so easily when you start to kickflip front side at a lip slide. It can get stuck, things can go wrong, and then this is definitely not the spot that you want things going wrong on.
Look at how quick, though, it hits his feet. Boom, that trick's done right there.
You can see how high he launched that frontside flip to make sure he cleared everything.
That was so good. 8.6.
I think that's definitely a little low. I'm with the crowd on this one.
The crowd is so bummed on the judges. I was talking to Billy Marks earlier. He likes it. He likes when he hears it from the crowd. He likes that response. He's like, come on, give it to me. All right. Sora Shirai coming off a 9.3. How high can he go? That's the question. 9+ on last 6 landed tricks.
Oh, he looks like he's winding up big.
Is he going to finish it with the cattail, or is there more?
I think he's going to keep it spinning.
We'll see.
It looked like the way he went about it, went a little slower, which meant he was trying to get something out towards the end.
Deshaun.
You remember, Deshaun won Chicago with that. I call it the laser heard round the world back in 2017.
It was huge.
It was top rope and then some. Braden Hoban currently in top 4. 9.1 on his first trick attempt. If he lands this try here, he's putting himself in a healthy spot.
But he's got that disadvantage from the run. That was amazing. Impossible 50-50.
Yeah, impossible 50-50. I know it's his trick, and it looks very easy for him, but that is so hard to do, especially off that bump. Good wrap.
Yeah.
Both
full
trucks
wrap.
locked on.
How does that stack up to the kickflip nose grind?
I think it's similar scoring-wise because the kickflip nose grind takes a little more to balance on that front truck, but the impossible in is definitely a lot sketchier than kickflipping in.
.9.
You think they're doing that just because obviously kick for front nose grind on the front truck only, possible 50?
Yeah, I think balancing on the front truck across the hubba is a little more difficult. But I am surprised that didn't go into the 9s.
Gustavo Ribero. He's not going to fall on that twice. Unbelievable.
This hubba does not end that tall either, so to be able to bounce that nollie flip out.
His feet were on the board before the wheels were on the ground, too, that's for sure.
Yeah, he catches it really properly, even with how steep that thing is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Bounce off that front bushing of his truck.
So, 9 club. He jumps from 8th place up into 4th. Take one more look at this. And just the awareness to be able to move that back foot into that nollie flip position on the way down a 12-stair hubba.
Yeah, that just super quick wiggle, like whoop, whoop, done.
I love what DeCenzo's putting down out here today. Let's keep it going. Let's do it for Canada. What was he trying?
It looked like a kickflip nose blunt slide, but yeah, I'm not sure. It didn't really develop that much. Kind of hit the top of the hubba when he was going up.
Joslin in 6th place.
He's got that good line score, though. If he can put something solid down, he's not out.
We've seen it so many times before. It's either one or the other. But we want it all from Joslin.
The crowd wants it.
Yes! Backside flip bolts. So that everybody in the world can backside flip, but nobody can backside flip like that.
Not even looked like it caught a little extra on that backside flip. Like his front foot snagged a little too much. You can kind of see it fold over. Like watch how it dipped. Like dipped down nicely, and see right when it hit his back foot, I knew he had it. He knew he had it.
Yeah, he was barely rolling.
He was pointing at the crowd right.
Yeah, still in the air. Oh, that was beautiful.
Beaming someone over there.
That was awesome.
Yeah, he's looking up as his wheels are touching down. Sweet relief. 8.6. Joslin in 5th. The crowd does it. They wanted 9s.
Yeah, but
we're not going to let them judge.
Crowd
that was like
storm
the big
judging booth.
Yeah. That had the big wow factor, but technically it just wasn't. Maybe if it was a big spin flip.
True.
Yuto. 9 in the lines. 9.5 on his first go. What's he got for us? Nollie big backtail.
Going Mark Appleyard down 12-stair hubba.
That's a unique choice.
I'm always so surprised when the board leaves his feet because I'm not used to seeing it, like in any way.
It's cool to see Yuto do different tricks every contest, though.
Yes.
He's evolving for sure.
Vincent Malou, one more trick from him is almost going to lock him into the super final.
Yes!
There we go! Kickflip, front tail, fakie!
Man, he is looking awesome out here today.
Yeah, he's never looked better. And as we talked about, he placed second at X Games and second at Tampa Pro, and kind of came down to judgment calls. He's due. He's ripe for a win. But then there's that pesky U-toe.
Kickflip front tail off that bump. Such a sick trick, kickflip front tail. Really respectable in the streets to do a kickflip front tail.
He always goes so much higher.
Welcome to the club. 9.0. Wow. Vincent up on top with a 26.8 overall.
Look at this.
He's skying over that on the way in, and he's coming from the low side.
Like a solid 1.5 feet higher than he needs to be.
You want to talk about true skill? 2 more attempts from all our skaters before we take the top 4 into the super final. He's going to leave it to his last go. See if Sora can stick it. And he did it yesterday in prelims. His last 2 attempts were mandatory makes, and he put them both down. So you know he's good for it. All right, Deshaun Jordan. He's in 7th place, but he's looking for that second single trick score.
And he's going to need some really big scores.
Yes! Deshaun.
The way he does that is amazing.
We say this a lot, but it's always cool to see the best skaters in the world do their best tricks to their absolute limit. Nothing better. Look at that. 12 stair laser. Clipping that last stair.
And that back foot barely made it on top. Look at how this back foot lagged just a touch. Kind of
riding it out. So Deshaun with some room to make up that 7-7. Another 9, back-to-back 9s here in the single trick section. Puts him in 3rd place. The question is, will he be able to make up for that 7-7? That's it.
That's the disadvantage right now.
Braden Hoban in 2nd place in only his 2nd SLS event, his first final. Where's he going with that? Just all the way up, and then
I think it's just coast to coast.
That's a long grind.
We still haven't seen anybody go the distance on that flat bar in the contest yet.
Gustavo Ribero.
Man, tough spot right now in 5th.
It's going to come down to his last single trick attempt here in the final, trying to make it to that super final where everybody gets 2 more tries. Now, Ryan DeCenzo, he's in 7th place. A 1.4 or better moves him into 4th place, but that's probably not a score that's going to hold. He's got to do something huge. This is the best we've seen from DeCenzo since when? This
Honestly,
is
a long while.
Not even warmed up anymore.
Honestly, that probably is one of the hardest tricks of today. Kickflip frontside, nose blunt slide from the side like that.
So you think he's up in the 9s?
Easily up into the 9s.
Look at how well he did it.
Up and over, and to keep a nose blunt slide like that.
Wow. Look at how vertical his board was, too. Like, that was such a proper nose blunt.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was huge.
Did he just say that's his first 9 ever?
I think he did.
There is another look. Wow.
No matter
could not have been done better.
No. DeCenzo on fire. He's in 2nd place.
Look at this. Look at our top 4 right now. That is an interesting group.
Yes, it is. Chris Joslin has something to say about it. An 8.4 moves him into 4th and bumps Deshaun Jordan out of that spot. Nollie back here.
Knew he was going to go to the stairs. He saw the score that Deshaun got for the laser flip. He's like, hey, I can jump down these. Yes.
Whew. So an 8.4 or better gets him where he needs to be.
Is that enough, Sean?
That is, yes. I don't think it's enough for first, but he can get up into that 4th spot. Nollie back heel down that. So risky.
Wow.
And like we were talking about earlier, it's really hard to get speed for that thing. So going nollie it's hard.
8.5. Enough for 3rd.
How do you feel about that, Sean? I mean, a laser flip versus a nollie back heel.
Laser flip's definitely harder than a nollie back heel. So, you know, I'm not mad at that score. I think an 8.5 is fair.
Joslin in 3rd, though.
Yuto in 6th. He's looking for his 2nd score here in single tricks.
I've never seen that from Yuto.
No.
He's a machine.
The way he has been skating SLS this year is awesome. He's bringing these tricks we've never seen him do and just casually throwing it out there.
Oh, barely locking in. His foot was barely on the back tail. It almost over-rotated.
Whoa, that was all heel.
He soap shoed halfway down
He
the hubba.
waxed his dunk.
Amazing. 8.4 puts him in 1st.
I feel like that's going to be there for sure.
Did the switch tray lip last contest. We've never seen that from him. And then nollie big spin back tail down the hubba.
Oh, yeah. 9.1 moves Yuto up into the top spot with a 27.6.
The 9th 9. Oh, nollie big. Back tail. Fakey. 9.1. Yuto in the lead. Vincent Malou now in 2nd place. Our final skater, before we go back to the last tries, he needs a 9.5 for 1st. But anything better than that 8.6 helps him as we move into the super final territory.
Oh, he got out of that. That was sketchy. But that trick, if he does that pop shove it back Smith, that is a serious trick.
I actually was talking to him yesterday about it because he tried to pop shove it back 50 it. And mid pop shove it kind of whipped around and it dipped into a backsmith on accident. And he was like, oh, maybe I can do that. So
he's learning.
It was a little accident.
On the fly. Final single trick attempts here in the men's final in Seattle. And that is going to be it for Sora Shirai. He is out, but what a contest he had this weekend. As we work our way through this, it's going to get more and more intense. Top 4 will advance to the super final. Deshaun Jordan needs a 9.3 or better.
That would be his highest trick of the day. I love that he went for it, though. I know, this is... Look at that top 4 right now.
The rookie, Braden Hoban. He's in 5th. He needs a 9.1 to bump up into the super final. Oh, doesn't do it. Great showing here from Braden Hoban in his 2nd SLS event. ever, making it all the way to the final. Gustavo Ribero, outside that top 4. Needs an 8.5.
Yeah, that is, his average was 8.7. Was he going 3-flip crook right there?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He had that, too.
But look at that, the top 4 now locked.
Top 4 is officially set. Joslin, DeCenzo, Milou, Horigome going to the super final. This is good. DeCenzo needs a 9.9 for first. Anything better than that 8.7 is going to help him out.
Ooh.
Full dragon flip.
I think the mindset here definitely changes. The top 4 is locked, so they know that they're going to have 2 more attempts, and so they can just start going for it right this second, which I think is Joslin's plan.
Needs a 9.5 for second place. Setting up Nolly.
So close. Doesn't get it. He's tried that trick a few different times in finals. Like to see him put it down here. He's going to have a few more cracks at it in the super final. What do we get from Utah? That's a big move. All right, Vincent Milou in second place. Final trick attempt before the bonus 2 in the super final.
Wow. So he needs a 9.5. He's getting psyched.
Slipping out again.
Do you think Shove It Back Smith would do it?
I think it would drop that 8.6 at least.
And get him closer. I really hope he can put this one down.
Once
right
again,
here.
though, anything better than an 8.5 is going to help him.
Everything about that looked so right.
That was by far the best one.
Do you think he's going to try it again, or is he going to go for something else?
I think the way that went, he would try it again.
So DeCenzo needs a 9.9 and it gets him first place. Anything better than the 8.7 helps. No.
3-flip 5.0 would be a heater down that hubba.
One try left for DeCenzo. Vincent Milou came out swinging with that 9.2 in the run section. A 9.5 puts him in first. 8.6 or better helps.
Yeah! So he's dropping that 8.6.
You know, a pop shove it back 5.0 in London in 2018 is what qualified him into Street League. And here he is, 4 years later, pop shove it back Smith. How hard is that?
It's so difficult to do. You got to scoop. It's got to get the right scoop pop combo, and then dip it after that. But look, he just gets it right in there. Dipped back Smith. Vincent's so sick.
Does that put him in the club?
That should put him in the club again.
Yes.
9.3.
All right, so he is a lot closer now.
Overall score 27.5 to Yuto's 27.6.
That was amazing.
Yuto.
So
Current
Yuto's
leader.
lowest, 9.1. We'll see if he goes for that nollie heel nose big spin. Unable to put it down, but still in the top spot.
Yeah.
And he's kind of looking at everybody else right now. I mean, he could still win doing nothing more.
No,
right now,
but Yuto wants that nollie heel no slide big spin.
We want it. He wants it.
We've seen it down Clipper. We want to see it in Street League.
Top of the order, Chris Joslin. The best he can do is podium. 9.2 or better.
Yes! He does it!
Let's take a look. Visible replay.
Sean, is that enough for podium for him?
The wife is happy. I mean, it's such a hard trick, but it was wrong, kind of. And then it was a little sketchy, so I don't know. He kind of missed his flick, but he just made it happen. Look, his heel just missed the flick, but it just wrapped around. He kind of just met it at the ground.
That was like all heart.
Tippy-toed around, yeah. He just willed that thing around. 9 club.
And they do. He gets the 9.2, now up in third place.
And he bumps DeCenzo into fourth. One more look. Just a fling and a prayer.
So sick.
DeCenzo needs a 9.9 for first place. Let's get it right now. Let's do it. DeCenzo put on such a great display of skateboarding here this weekend. At 36 years old, props and congrats. Just missing the podium thanks to what Joslin just did. It's come down to this. It's all on Vincent Milou. A 9.2 puts him in first, and we'll give Yuto final say. Where do we go from here?
I don't know, but I love the excitement right now. He is amped.
And that's it. Yuto Horigome, back-to-back Street League winner here in Seattle. 6-time Street League champion.
Yuto's ice cold.
It's just too good.
He is too good. The victory lap.
There was a Yuto chant. One last go. Not quite. Props to Yuto for doing it again.
That was great skating here in the finals.
Those 6 wins from Yuto are second only to Nyjah Houston, who has the most wins. Nyjah has 23 wins in Street League.
Well, Nyjah's recovering from a knee surgery right now, so this is time for Yuto to stack some more of those for the rest of the season.
He's got 2 more before Nyjah's back in spring of next year.
I think Nyjah's PT sessions are going to get a little more aggressive after seeing Yuto.
Final standings. Yuto Horigome taking the win for Japan with that 27.6 overall score, followed by Vincent Milou from France, a second place. He's all second places all year long, 0.1 below Yuto. And Chris Joslin landing the nollie back 3 heel onto the podium. Congrats to all those skaters. What a great showing. And Ryan DeCenzo, 4th place for Sluggo and the whole Ryan DeCenzo Red Dragon fan club. Let's send it down to Alex White.